Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and this is a beautiful Easter weekend, and I wanted to share a song that I wrote and recorded called The Greatest Love.
I wrote this song over 5 years ago and never released it, but back then I didn't know who it was truly meant for, until I met my miracle baby, Johnathan Andrew, born when I was 50 after years of hoping, praying, and walking the long road of IVF. This is a story of motherhood, of discovery, and of the greatest love I've ever known.
And this is also Jonathan's first time at Duke Gardens. Let's see what he enjoys the most.
Your love is like air to me. Let me take you in. Your heart is wrapped in mine. And even though I wrote this song with a different meaning long ago, now every word feels like it was meant for him. Every first adventure begins with a simple step. Today, we rolled into Duke Gardens, full of hope, sunshine, and barefoot dreams. Johnathan is ready to see the world and maybe lose his shoes a few times too. First rule of exploring, shoes are optional, especially when you're one and free.
Oh, you gotta take your shoes off, huh? Can't you leave your shoes on?
Love and logic reminds us to let kids learn through experience. And did you know toddlers actually learn best when they're barefoot? At this age, it's not rebellion, it's discovery. Every step connects their brain to the earth, helping them find balance, build strength, and take control of their world. Jonathan's about to see his very first waterfall.
Look, Jonathan, it's a waterfall.
But wait, can he actually see it? I'm pointing, excited, and he's looking at a tree? Maybe waterfalls are overrated when you're one.
Look at the water.
Children don't always notice what we expect, and that's the gift. Instead of questioning him, I could have said, oh, you see a tree? That is a great tree. Parenting is about discovering it with them. And then we spotted it.
Jonathan, do you see the little Simba?
Sitting proudly on a rock like the king of Duke Gardens.
Where did you put that there?
Broadway meets nature and the circle of life. I still don't know who placed him there, but it was perfect. Jonathan didn't quite get the joke, but I sure did. Children don't always laugh at what we find funny. Wonder looks different at every age. Sometimes we're planting memories now that will only bloom later. You whispered a dream to me. Will you take me there? And then we found Grandma waiting under the trees. Nothing beats the way Jonathan's face lights up when he sees her. It's the kind of bond that doesn't need words, just smiles, squeals, and hugs. Relationships built on unconditional love are the foundation our children stand on. Grandparents are a living library of kindness, and sometimes even the smallest offering.
Are you gonna put the sunglasses on and look like a cool
Like
dude?
a pair of oversized sunglasses becomes a gift of courage, trust, and play.
Mom, I love you guys. Happy Easter.
Don't leave me wondering, will you be mine? I asked the question in song, but sometimes love answers softly with goldfish crackers and giggles.
Can you put it in my mouth?
Jonathan decided to play a new game, teasing me with a goldfish cracker. He reached out and pulled back with a giggle.
Jonathan, don't tease me like that.
I'm still holding out for my first real kiss. Even without words, he's already found a way to make me laugh and to show his sweet, playful heart. He doesn't give me that kiss just yet, but he leans in, forehead to mine, and for now, that's more than enough. Connection can be quiet. In a world rushing towards milestones, sometimes love speaks through head bumps and giggles. We've reached the gazebo.
Look at the flowers, sweetie.
Jonathan and I are about to head down the main gazebo steps.
Here we are, Duke Gardens. So beautiful. This is the gazebo.
And now it's time to explore the world below.
Is it beautiful?
And something about this moment feels like the start of an adventure. One arm around him, one hand pointing towards what's next. We see the flower trails below. Then I take both his hands in mine, guiding him down the steps to the koi pond. He's nervous. These aren't the steep stairs yet, but to a toddler, every step feels like a mountain. Children at this age are still learning how to shift their weight, but when a parent takes their hand and says, "I've got you," we're teaching more than physical support.
We're giving them confidence. We're saying, you don't have to do hard things alone. Grandma holds Johnathan close as he meets the koi fish for the first time. She gently points to the gold and white ripples swimming below. His eyes follow, quietly curious, soaking it all in. He's learning, watching, soaking up the beauty like only a child can. Some lessons don't need words. Children learn most deeply when we slow down beside them, when we notice what they notice and let their curiosity shape the moment.
Please stay here this time, darling, don't leave me.
Johnathan is about to walk through Duke Garden's flower trails for the very first time. He's still working on his balance, so I stayed close, letting him explore with confidence, not fear. Sometimes I led, sometimes I followed. It's a dance every parent knows well. And through it all, I just kept thinking, this is what love looks like when it blooms slowly, one step at a time.
You see the fountain? I love that fountain. It's one of my favorites.
All the burning flames of sunlight, sun and moon and stars may align, but you're my greatest love. You're my greatest love.
Then something unexpected happened. Sometimes love appears, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet moments when a child reaches out with trust. And for a time, joy returns, even if only for a moment. Sun and moon and stars may align, but what really lights a child's world is love that stays, love that shows up, love that holds both hands, then gently lets go when they're ready. Agape love doesn't give up when it gets hard. It holds on quietly, patiently through every season, even if one heart walks alone.
All the worlds could come together, and every love could
A child learns to walk by watching our steps, but they grow whole when they feel safe and seen, when the ones who love them walk in peace together, even if they take separate paths. And moments like this remind me, children don't need perfect parents. They just need a heart showing up in love every single day. Some love lasts not because it's returned, but because it was real from the start. Have you ever watched your toddler choose freedom over your hand? That's when you know they're ready to explore. He tugs at my hand and he takes off on his own, and you're ready to let go. And I let him because that's what we do as parents.
You think about the flowers, Duke Gardens.
Each time they take off, it feels like a goodbye to something smaller and hello to something braver. He's running, squealing, bouncing through the flower paths like they were made just for him.
Don't touch the flowers. Don't touch. Johnathan, just look. It's hard for me to expect him as a toddler to not touch the flowers.
But that's what discovery looks like. Curious fingers reaching for beauty, learning boundaries through joy. There is something magical about this moment.
Get back up.
As Johnathan squeals and runs back toward me behind the camera, feet flying, I experience the greatest joy of the miracle blessing he is to me. To have this beautiful child running toward me, his mommy, is a love I will never take for granted. It reminds me that being seen and run toward is something we all long for. That's healing. This is why I make these films, not just to capture his journey, but to leave behind a piece of my heart, so that one day when I am old or even gone, he will still hear my voice, feel my love, and know that every moment was treasured.
Can we try to go up the steps?
Johnathan spots the steps,
Think you can do it?
and something changes. He's thinking about it.
Watch what you're
He walks backward instead, still learning where bravery ends and boundaries begin. Part of growing is knowing when to wait, and part of parenting is letting them decide. We don't need to rush the climb. They'll rise when they're ready.
Get you some mulch. Say wee! Are you having fun?
All the burning flames of starlight, sun and moon and stars may align. You're the greatest love. You're the greatest love.
What's more tempting than a
careful.
garden full of flowers? Learning not to touch them. At this age, toddlers are still learning what no means and don't always remember the rules. It's not disobedience,
You are not following directions.
it's curiosity. We guide them with kind reminders, set the limit with warmth once, and follow through. But when something truly matters, the most powerful teacher is calm, loving action. So instead of saying no again and again, I can say, uh-oh, flowers are just for looking, and gently guide his hands away. Because learning boundaries isn't about fear, it's about trust and learning. Johnathan sees the stairs. Will he hesitate this time? He takes the first step, then another. He stumbles, falls to his hands, but chooses to keep going, crawling his way up. Because courage isn't always loud. Sometimes it's one small choice to keep moving, even on all fours. Just this morning, he was too afraid to go down the stairs without my help. And now he's finding his own way up. He's brave, but also wise.
You are such a good, smart boy.
There's something in Jonathan's spirit that says, I'll try it my way, but I'll do it safely. And I'm so proud of how far he's come. He's trying it again. Another set of steps? This is the first time he's climbed steps alone, and I'm scared, but he's getting braver. And then he makes the wise choice. He crawls. I'm right here, spotting him closely. My heart is pounding. Letting him try, even when I'm scared.
Whoa, buddy.
This is how growth happens. Courage doesn't always look like charging ahead. Sometimes it's knowing your limits and moving forward anyway. Every step is a tiny declaration. I'm growing up, and as much as I want to hold on, I cheer him forward. Sometimes the bravest thing we do as parents is to let them try again. This is the third time he's faced the stairs, and each time he's grown braver. But bravery doesn't mean recklessness.
He's being very bold right now.
This time, I see the gears turning in his mind. He wants to walk up them like a big boy, but then he chooses to crawl. That decision, that's growth. And for me, growth means letting go, just enough to let him try. Even when my whole heart wants to scoop him up and protect him forever.
Look at him, he's being so brave.
It's hard, this balance between shielding and shaping. But this is where it happens, on the stairs and the dirt, between the don'ts and the do's. After reaching the top, he spots a black dog. We have 2 little Yorkies at home, just under 3.5 pounds, and he adores them. I've taught him how to pet them gently, and he's growing in both gentleness and love for animals. And then, as if deciding joy is the answer, he runs full of squeals straight toward me. That moment of unfiltered happiness, it reminds me why I treasure these days.
All the worlds could come together, every love could last forever, but you're the greatest love. You're the greatest love for me. Forever and ever.
You're having so much fun at Duke Gardens. What? You see the gazebo at the top?
Each time he climbs, it's not just a step forward, it's a step into trust in himself, trust in me. There's a shift that happens in parenting when you stop carrying and start following close behind. You still want to catch them every time, but some of the falling is how they learn. And sometimes someone steps in to help, a gentle reminder that we don't have to do this alone. Sometimes the things we love most become even more beautiful when we share them with the people we love.
Forever and ever, together we will be.
Johnathan, this is my favorite fountain.
He doesn't understand why I love this fountain, not yet, but he doesn't need to. Right now, he's learning that what matters to me matters to him too. Years ago, when I first started photography, this fountain caught my eye. I remember framing it through my lens, falling in love with how the background blurred, the bokeh, the texture, the light. It reminded me that beauty can be both quiet and profound. And in moments like these, love becomes memory, etched in stone and sunlight. Sometimes the simplest moments are the ones that echo forever. Tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Are you getting fussy? Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
A game of peekaboo, a shared smile, and the joy of a child who knows he's loved.
Forever in love, forever in love, forever in love, we'll be.
Some toddlers build towers, others line up cars, but Johnathan, he places nature where it belongs, like he's organizing the world one leaf at a time. It's a glimpse into who he's becoming, a thoughtful little soul with a tidy heart and a curious mind. Toddlers explore the world with all 5 senses, including taste, even when it's mulch. As parents, it's our job to teach boundaries, but it's also our job to laugh through the messes. Every yuck moment is a lesson and a memory, because the path to learning is paved with curiosity and sometimes dirt. 2 pine cones, 2 little hands, 1 big decision. This wasn't just play, this was a mission. He's not just picking up pine cones, he's presenting them to the world saying, I did it! He holds them carefully, looks around, babbles something big and serious. Maybe he's asking, where should they go? Maybe he's declaring, I'll find the perfect spot. Either way, he's organizing nature again. This shows intention. He's not just playing, he's designing a small act of order in a wild world. It makes me wonder, will he be a builder, a quiet observer, a child who finds comfort in placing things just where they belong? He places them gently, not just anywhere, but with purpose off to the side of the path, away from foot traffic near the flower beds. It's so gentle. He isn't tossing them, he's placing them. He wants it to feel right. That's who he is. This shows empathy, respect. He doesn't want the pine cones stepped on. He might not even know why yet, but the seed of care is there. Sometimes the smallest acts, a pine cone placed just so, are the earliest signs of a thoughtful heart taking shape. What do you do when your toddler runs toward danger before you can stop him? Sometimes no isn't a boundary, it's a lifeline thrown in the nick of time. He didn't know, and that's the thing about toddlers. They run ahead with trust while we chase behind, hearts pounding, doing everything we can to keep them safe. He saw a new trail, and he took it. But in a heartbeat, I saw what he didn't. A steep path, unsteady feet, a tumble that could have hurt more than just his knees. My voice rose, not in anger, but in fear. I grabbed him. I wasn't angry at him. I was scared, because I saw what could have happened in a heartbeat. And I was alone, filming with one hand and catching him with the other.
Forever in love, we'll be, we'll be, we'll be. Forever in love, forever in love, forever in love, we'll be, we'll be.
Can Johnathan discover confidence kicking a ball for the very first time? We were in the open field at Dew Gardens. He's never had the freedom to run like this, open and wild, and by simply throwing the ball down, he discovers something new. With each bounce and chase, he stumbles into the magic of his very first kick. With every kick, he learns something new: strength, balance, purpose.
Well, this is first time kicking.
Sometimes joy teaches us more than effort ever could. Research shows that gross motor milestones like this build more than just coordination. They build confidence, resilience, and brain-body awareness. Then I ask him to throw it to Grandma, and he does, giggling all the way. He listens, understands, and follows through. And somewhere between those steps, I realized he's not a baby anymore. He's a boy with places to go and stories to chase. That simple act, tossing the ball to Grandma, shows how tuned in he is. He's connecting ideas, people, and joy. Then something even more exciting happens. He starts talking. Just babbling, yes, but I hear it. I hear the sound of a new word forming. What happens when Johnathan joins a game of Spikeball? It wasn't his ball, but the moment, it was all his. Johnathan notices a yellow ball roll away from a group of teens playing Spikeball. With curiosity and boldness, he walks over and picks it up. He knows it doesn't belong to him, but he's learning what to do. He walks with it in his hands, eyes shifting between me and the group, and as I encourage him to return it, something beautiful happens. They cheer him on, and he lights up. In this small exchange, Johnathan practiced generosity. He engaged socially with new faces. What happens when a parent leads his child toward wonder? What if every step a child takes, up or down, is a lesson in trust? There's a red bridge at Duke Gardens that arches like a dream, but to reach it, you have to take the stairs. Johnathan doesn't know the rules of bridges or balance yet. He just knows joy, and that the one holding the stroller is making something magical happen. One step at a time, down they go. Each gentle bounce becomes a game, a surprise, a reason to laugh. And when they reach the bottom, it's not just a new view, it's a reward.
Johnathan, do you want to see ducks?
The ducks glide across the pond. Johnathan is lifted high to see them, to feel the breeze, to take it all in. And then up again. 1 step, 2, 3. Counted out with rhythm, with care, with a presence that says you are safe. Joy teaches, and so does trust. When a child feels safe, the world becomes a playground of learning. Steps are no longer obstacles, they're invitations. And parenting, sometimes it's as simple and as sacred as holding on tightly while they laugh their way down and lifting them gently back up, one moment at a time.
Johnathan, are you taking your shoes off?
He began this adventure by taking off the shoes that carried him through so much, and now he's taking them off again because he's outgrown them.
Shoes off, boy.
Today he became a little braver,
Throw them down, though.
faced new steps, took big ones, and now even his shoes know he's not quite the same boy who walked in. We outgrow things just like we outgrow stages, but the memories made in them, those we carry forward.
Do you like your shoes? They helped you to walk. I think you might be growing out of them, though.
Sometimes the greatest adventures end, not because they're over, but because we've outgrown the shoes that carried us through them.
Did you have fun?
Want to know the evidence that this was a great adventure? We returned the next day. And remember in the beginning of the video when I said I was still holding out for my first kiss? Somewhere between snack time and silliness, I said,
You're my greatest love.
because he is. Not every story needs a grand finale. Sometimes it ends in a stroller with goldfish crackers and sun-faded paths we couldn't help but walk again. This is the kind of love that doesn't need fireworks. It shines in shared crackers and whispered affirmations. He's learning generosity, play, connection.
I've been teaching him to share, and he usually shares so well. Say mama. Oh, good job. Say mama. Such good talking.
And just like that, without fanfare or prompt, he gave me that first kiss. And I didn't even know it until later, when I found it tucked inside the video footage like a gift.
I love you.
And this kind of love, the kind that kisses without warning, shares without prompting, and sings without fear, that's a forever love. And if you want to feel this love again, watch the full music video. It lives in every note.